Do you think that Planned Parenthood targets low income and or minority communities here in the States?
Absolutely. Well, 79% of Planned Parenthood facilities are located within 1 mile radius of a an ethnic minority community. It is also when you very obvious and evident when you look at statistics from cities where they're collecting it. If you look at New York City, I have perused through those statistics so often, and I've gone through various years to see that it's not a fluke, that the number of births, live births for Black women is less in all those years, like 4 or 5 consecutive years, is less than the number of abortions by Black women. That wherever you care to check minority groups and check this data following ethnicity, you would see that the abortion rate among Black women or other ethnic minority groups is usually higher, much higher, significantly higher. Then who is aborting the babies? It's the abortion industry. And they know because it's a business model. They are doing it in the United States. They're also doing it in the United Kingdom, that in parts of London where you have Black and ethnic minority groups living in these poorer, let's just call them poorer parts of London, you will always find in that neighborhood or around that neighborhood the abortion industry ready to take advantage. It's happening everywhere where you have the poorer people, even among the white people as well, be it Europe or America, you will also find the targeting of the poorer ones. So low income people are at risk. The ethnic minority people are also very much at risk.
I think I'm very concerned because in America, I think somewhere around like 12 to 13% of our population is African American. Then, if you say that women are roughly half of that, let's say that they're about 8%, 7-8% of the population, but then some percentage of that are actually ovulating and capable of having a pregnancy. Maybe
Yes.
you're at like 5% or something of the total population is having like 30% of the abortions.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It seems so disproportional. So it does, at least on just a superficial look at the statistics, it does seem like the Black community, ethnic minority communities are being targeted to some degree by abortion clinics, Planned Parenthood, and that sort of thing.
Yeah, and also the messaging. You will see it in the messaging. Last year, there was a day I just sat through. I said, I'm going to sit online, and I was going through some of the abortion organizations, particularly in America, because they're let's say they're very good in social media, if I can say that. They're constantly, you can see that they're playing you can see their hand, you can see what they're planning by going through their social media pages or platforms. If you have the time, just do that. That anytime I see something like Nero doing a kind of advertisement, or they're doing a publicity thing, they use Black women a lot. They use, what you call in America, women of color. Okay, I'm not American, so yeah. So I always see Americans saying the women of color. So yeah, they always find a way to use Black women in their art or in their publicity things done. So even when they write articles, these pro-abortion websites, even the websites like Reuters. So they do use Black women whenever they're talking about choice, body right, or they're fighting any kind of pro-life law that comes out in Alabama or wherever. If you see the article, most times they will use a Black woman to show that they're taking away rights. They're taking away our rights. So they're using Black women constantly as a shield for the entire abortion industry. But if you think about it, who is in charge in the abortion industry? Cecilia Richards, it's people in that class. This is the elite. the people who themselves are living in mansions, a lot of the abortionists, these are the elite, and they are using the poor people who will then go back to the squalor of their communities when they, finish aborting their babies. But the money, at the end of the day, the money they are bringing into the abortion industry is unthinkable. And the abortion industry continues continues to grow as a monster on the blood of the innocent babies being aborted, as well as the money of the poorest people, of the poor.